There's a law woven deep into the fabric of the universe, one that no one escapes. The moment someone casts a crown of thorns in your path, fate takes note. The universe might not react instantly, but it always responds. And when it does, it doesn't whisper, it roars. Chosen one, you are not here by accident. You are a disruption to every lie they've ever built. Your presence alone unsettles those who try to control the narrative. You are the plot twist they never saw coming, the storm cloaked in silence. Every time they tried to bury you, they didn't realize they were planting a seed. Every attempt to break you only made you stronger. They tried to silence your voice, but instead, they amplified your purpose. You carry light in places that have long been dark, and your resilience is a reminder that truth cannot be erased. You were made for this. Keep walking. The universe is watching, and it's on your side. They tried to sabotage you, but the energy they used against you came back at them, like a boomerang wrapped in regret. Some people thought they could bury you, not realizing you were actually the seed. They mocked you. They doubted you. They plotted behind your back. But while they schemed, the universe kept pushing you forward, and pulling them deeper into the very lessons they were trying to avoid. Here's the irony, it's all about balance. And this is the part they never saw coming, the harder they tried to break you, the more unstoppable you became. That's the real curse they now live with, they have to watch you rise. Your success doesn't just shine, it haunts them. It echoes louder than any revenge ever could. Because this isn't just growth. This is alignment. This is payback without lifting a finger. But before we go any further, let me ask you something. Are you truly ready to stop living like everyone else and start embracing the fact that you're different? Because once you take this all in, once you watch this through to the end, something inside you is going to shift for good. You'll stop second-guessing your journey, and instead, you'll begin to recognize the signs that have always been guiding you. This isn't just a message. It's a mirror, a reflection of everything you've been feeling but couldn't quite put into words. So don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. Lean into it. Because deep down, you've always known you were meant for more. The world may have tried to dim your light, but this moment, it's your reminder that the fire in you never went out. It was just waiting for the right time to rise. If this video showed up on your feed, don't scroll past it. Like it to lock in the energy. Subscribe so you never miss what was meant specifically for you. And if you're ready to receive what your enemies never wanted you to hear, drop 99 in the comments. This message isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the chosen ones. So let's get into it. Number 1, stop thinking you're ordinary. You're not. The moment you accept that you're the chosen one, everything starts to make sense. What you're about to hear isn't just information, it's activation. Chosen one, if this video found its way to you, it's not by accident. It's a divine alignment. You are meant to hear this right now, at this very point in your journey. You've always felt different, like you didn't quite fit into the world around you. That's because you weren't meant to. You weren't born to follow the crowd, you were born to lead, to awaken, to shift the atmosphere around you. This is your confirmation. The reason things have felt heavy lately isn't because you're weak, it's because you're carrying the kind of purpose that shakes foundations. Your light exposes what others want hidden. Your truth challenges their comfort zones. And that's why you've been underestimated, resisted, even attacked. But here's the reality, what they tried to use to break you, only built you. Every setback was setting you up. Every delay was divine protection. And every rejection was redirection, guiding you to something greater. So no more shrinking to fit into spaces you've outgrown. No more watering yourself down to make others comfortable. This is your season to rise fully, boldly, and unapologetically. You're not here to survive, you're here to shift the atmosphere. Welcome to your activation. Understand this, the timing is not random. This is a moment of cosmic alignment. The universe is moving pieces around just to deliver this message to you. Why? Because you're not meant to walk the path of the ordinary. You were never designed to blend in. You were built to break through. Think about it, when something is truly valuable, like a rare gem or an artifact with centuries of history, it's protected. It's placed behind glass, guarded, monitored, not because it's fragile, but because it's priceless. That's you. That's your energy. That's your purpose. You weren't hidden because you were weak, you were hidden because you carry something sacred. Something powerful. The kind of presence that shifts everything when it shows up. So don't doubt the delays. Don't question the quiet seasons. They weren't setbacks, they were safeguards. Preparation for the moment when you'd finally step into everything that was always meant for you. Why couldn't people get close to you the way they wanted? That's why certain relationships collapsed. Why some doors slammed shut, even when you were ready to give your all. Because your energy, your calling, your purpose, it isn't for everyone. It requires precision. It requires shielding. See, when people tried to control your narrative, the universe refused to let it happen. It disrupted their plans. It delayed your desires, not to punish you, but to protect your legacy. You don't see the full picture yet, but make no mistake, you're not being left behind. You're not being left behind, you're being positioned ahead. Let's be real, there were times it felt unfair. You gave your best, and they gave you betrayal. You showed loyalty, and they showed manipulation. You opened your heart, and they walked away like it meant nothing. And you wondered, why? Why does this always happen to me? But chosen ones don't get the easy route. They get the real one. Your path isn't about comfort, it's about clarity. The challenges you faced weren't setbacks, they were lessons. They were meant to strip away what didn't serve you and reveal your strength. What if I told you every door that slammed shut was actually one that would have led to a dead end? The universe removed what wasn't aligned with your purpose, even if it hurt at the time. Rejection was divine protection, guiding you away from what would have held you back. The real journey isn't about ease, it's about finding the right path. And the right path sometimes means walking through storms and facing loss. But every challenge brings you closer to your true purpose. Don't regret those closed doors. Be grateful for them. They were never meant to open. You're exactly where you're meant to be, and the universe is guiding you every step of the way. Every person who disappeared was removed so they wouldn't corrupt your next level. What if their exit wasn't loss, but divine subtraction? And here's where it gets beautifully ironic, the very ones who tried to block you, the ones who whispered behind your back, will be the ones watching your name rise in rooms they can't enter. They lit fires to destroy you, but didn't realize they were only revealing how fireproof you are. You're not missing opportunities, they're missing you. Because when you're chosen, it's not about chasing, it's about being positioned. The universe aligns everything in your favor when the time is right. While they're stuck in the past, trying to control your narrative, you're stepping into a future they never saw coming. Attracting what's meant for you will find you without force. And when it does, it won't require an explanation, it'll just fit. This is why you're protected. This is why you're rare. And this is why your success haunts them louder than any confrontation ever could. Keep rising. Keep walking. Let the universe handle the rest. Number 2, quit chasing what left. Rejection was God's way of saving you from the wrong path. Chosen one, hear this loud and clear, what left was never meant to stay. Not everyone who enters your life is meant to be a permanent fixture. Some people are lessons, not destinations. Finish line. And when they walked away, when they ghosted you, replaced you, or rejected you, it wasn't your downfall, it was your divine shield. See, most people don't realize this until it's too late, not every closed door is a punishment. Some are locked for your own protection. You were so focused on the loss that you didn't notice the danger behind it. That opportunity you cried over. It would have pulled you off your path. That person you wanted so badly. They weren't built for your future. They weren't aligned with the purpose you carry. You've been spared. And though it may hurt now, in the long run, you'll see it was all part of the divine plan to keep you on track. Saw coming, the moment they tried to break you, the moment they tried to dim your light, they unknowingly set you up for a bigger blessing. Rejection doesn't mean you weren't enough, it means you were too much for the wrong people. Your energy, your light, your purpose, it made them uncomfortable. And instead of rising with you, they tried to reduce you. And when that didn't work, they ran. Good. Let them. The universe isn't random. It saw what you didn't, the conversations behind your back, the plans to dim your light, the motives that weren't pure. So it stepped in, and made sure they couldn't go where you're headed. And now, you're moving towards something greater. They may never understand, but that's the beauty of it, your journey was never meant to be understood by them. They thought their exit would break you, but it built you. That's the curse of hurting a chosen one, you don't just lose them, you lose access to the blessing attached to them. So stop chasing what turned its back on you. You don't beg to be chosen when you already are. Don't run after people who couldn't see your worth with both eyes open. Let them live with the silence they created. Let them feel the absence of your presence. You're not where you are by accident. Rejection rooted you. It strengthened your foundation and made you realize your value, not based on others' opinions, but on the truth of your purpose. It forced you to level up. It cleared the path for people who actually deserve to walk beside you. Now, stand tall, the loss wasn't a loss, it was a filter. And what's waiting for you next won't need convincing. It'll recognize your value the moment you walk in. Number 3, don't let the world handle you carelessly. You're God's special possession, guarded for a higher purpose. Chosen one, listen closely, this world does not know how to handle something rare. And you? You're not just rare, you're irreplaceable. You carry weight, power, and purpose beyond their understanding. You're the kind of presence that walks into a room and shifts the energy, not because of anything you say, but because of what you are. The world will try to treat you like you're ordinary, like you're just another voice in the noise. But deep down, they know better. They sense it, even if they pretend not to. That unease you see in their eyes, that jealousy they try to disguise as silence, it's because you're not meant to be touched carelessly. You're the kind of person that breaks systems and exposes fakes, just by existing. You're not here to be handled, controlled, or placed in a box. Your presence alone disrupts the status quo. You're here to be respected. Imagine holding a diamond with muddy hands, that's what some people tried to do with you. They mishandled you because they couldn't comprehend your worth. They brought chaos to your peace. They tried to shrink your shine because it exposed their shadows. But here's what they didn't realize, every time someone mishandled you, the universe took notes. You are shielded by forces they cannot see, and every attempt to break you only triggered your protection. While they were plotting, life was repositioning you. Every setback, every attempt to hurt you, was just the universe clearing the path for your greater purpose. Because you were being strengthened. The fire wasn't meant to consume you, it was meant to refine you. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every closed door carved depth into your soul and made room for greater things to come. Stop asking why it hurt and start seeing what it built within you. Chosen one, you weren't meant to break, you were meant to rise, and now you carry the wisdom and resilience of every storm you survived. Remember, royalty isn't born in comfort, it's forged in adversity. Something extraordinary was being shaped within you. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every long night where your tears quietly fell onto your pillow, none of it happened by accident. The weight you felt wasn't without purpose, it existed because your crown was being carefully crafted just for you. Understand this, those destined to rule don't get to avoid the fire. The universe never places a crown on a head it hasn't first tested. That ache you've carried? It's the very place where your armor was forged. And those fractures within your heart? They're the spaces where your light managed to break through. You asked yourself, why did it have to be this difficult? But in time, you'll understand, it was meant to be this hard because what you were being prepared for was greater than you imagined. The truth is, it had to hurt, because something within you needed to change. Comfort never wakes a warrior, pressure does. And those who are truly chosen don't merely endure pain, they transform through it. You were never abandoned, you were being separated from everything and everyone that wasn't meant to follow you into your next chapter. You weren't broken. You were being remade, stronger, wiser, sharper. They believed your pain would bury you, but it didn't. Instead, it planted you. And now, you're rising. The most remarkable thing about your rise is that no one else can claim it, no one else can own it, because it was built in the unseen places, between you and the heavens. They saw you when you stumbled, but they never witnessed the quiet moments where you healed. They watched you fall, but they never imagined you would rise again, this time with a fire in your eyes they couldn't comprehend. That's what they'll never understand, the pain didn't destroy you, it anointed you. It didn't shatter you, it crowned you. So stop asking why it hurt. It hurt because your throne was never meant to be built from ease or comfort, it was forged from lessons, from resilience, and from every scar you transformed into strength. You didn't make it through by chance, you were carried by purpose. And now, it's time to release the door that closed. It was never meant to lead to where you're destined to go. Chosen one, let's settle this truth once and for all, what left you wasn't meant to last, and what awaits you has been waiting for no one but you. Purpose. See, when you carry something sacred inside you, not every room deserves your presence, and not every opportunity is aligned with your assignment. You fought for that door because you didn't know what was waiting on the other side of your no. But heaven knew. The universe knew. And it wasn't rejection, it was redirection. That slammed door wasn't the end of your story, it was the detour to your destiny. It wasn't meant to break your spirit, it was meant to build your discernment. Because chosen ones can't afford to get comfortable in spaces too small for their calling, or waste their strength chasing what was never meant to sustain them. So let them have that door. Let them keep that chapter. What's ahead is designed for your growth, your healing, your peace, and your power. What's next won't require you to beg to be seen or shrink to be accepted. It'll demand your full light, and this time, the room will be ready for it. Let's be honest, some of those doors you wanted so badly would have led to places that would have slowly emptied you. Rooms filled with people who were never meant to honor you. Jobs that might have looked good on the outside but would have devoured your spirit day by day. Relationships where you'd have had to dilute your truth, tone yourself down, or trade your peace just to keep things from falling apart. But what you couldn't see in that moment, the universe already knew. It saw the betrayal waiting behind the charming words. It saw the exhaustion wrapped up in the promise of security. It saw the breakdown disguised as a dream opportunity. And so, that door closed. Not to punish you. Not to diminish you. But to preserve you. To protect what you haven't even fully stepped into yet. Your disappointment wasn't a denial. It was a divine redirection. Because chosen ones aren't allowed to settle in spaces unworthy of their calling. The no you received was a yes to something greater, something aligned, something sacred, something made for the healed, whole, unstoppable version of you that's still rising. Chosen ones don't waste their strength begging at locked doors, they build new entrances. They understand that what's truly meant for them won't require pleading, forcing, or chasing. The right opportunities, the right people, the right paths, they open without struggle because they were carved out for you long before you arrived. Let go of what stayed shut. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. A protection you didn't recognize in the moment but will one day be endlessly grateful for. And when that day comes, you'll look back at every closed door, every unanswered prayer, every no disguised as heartbreak, and you'll whisper with certainty, "Thank you for not letting me walk through that door." Why the resistance rises? Because darkness always recognizes light, even before the light realizes how brightly it shines. You need to stop underestimating what you're up against, not because it's bigger than you, but because it sees what you haven't fully claimed yet. Chosen one, if you're catching heat, if the storms won't let up, it's not a coincidence. It's a signal. You carry the Daniel anointing, the kind of favor that makes systems nervous, the kind of authority that unsettles anything built on lies. Pressure isn't evidence you're off course, it's proof you're exactly where you're meant to be. The reason the battle is fierce is because your presence shifts atmospheres. Your silence carries weight. Your faith stirs waters. And the enemy doesn't attack empty vessels. So stop shrinking, stop apologizing, and stop underestimating what's coming against you. It's not attacking what you are, it's coming for what you're about to become. Chosen for a purpose that transcends the ordinary. You're not just moving through life, you're shifting the very fabric of what others thought was fixed. And that kind of power, that kind of vision, doesn't go unnoticed. They whisper because your truth disrupts the narrative they've worked so hard to maintain. They envy you because they can sense the light within you, even if they can't fully comprehend its source. They misunderstand you because you no longer fit into the molds they've created. You're not here to play by the rules they set, you're here to rewrite them. Your insight makes people uneasy because you see through the veils they hide behind. You see what's beneath the surface, what others are too afraid to acknowledge. And when you stopped playing small, when you stopped letting fear keep you confined, you made them uncomfortable. They see the potential in you, the strength you've yet to fully unleash, and that's what makes them nervous. Just like Daniel, you're being prepared for something great, something world-shifting. And while they're caught up in the fear of your rise, you're focused on what's ahead, knowing that the attacks you face aren't because of who you are now, but because of who you're becoming. Every scheme directed at you is evidence that your presence has already transformed the environment around you. Each attack confirms that your purpose is active and your anointing is undeniable. Let them come, let them try, because what they fail to understand is that when you're chosen, you are untouchable. Number 7, don't strive for approval. Divine favor will always provoke jealousy. You didn't ask for this, chosen one. You weren't born to be liked, you were born to leave an unforgettable mark. And with that comes a cost. People can sense your rise even before you speak of it. Your quiet confidence echoes louder than their noise. Your presence becomes a mirror, reflecting everything others feel insecure about, and that stirs something deep within them. You've probably already noticed how people change when you're quietly succeeding, how their smiles become forced the moment your confidence shines through. It's not your imagination, and it's not a coincidence. It's the price of carrying favor. You didn't ask for it, but it can't be turned off. The more aligned you become with your purpose, the more discomfort it causes in others, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you're doing everything right. You're stepping into spaces they had to fight for, and it unsettles them. Enter spaces they had to chase, and your peace disrupts their chaos. Stop trying to be liked. Stop trying to explain your grace to those who can't even see their own. You were never meant to fit into the mold of people who thrive on pretense. You are real, you are raw, and you are chosen, and that alone is enough to make insecure people feel exposed. Jealousy isn't always loud, it sneaks in through backhanded compliments, fake support, and subtle sabotage. But chosen ones don't seek validation from the crowd. You don't need applause to know your worth. Things others can't is a power they don't understand. You can sense what's beneath the surface, the unspoken truths in the air, and the subtle shifts in energy. You notice what others overlook, the tone beneath their words, the quiet tension in the room, and the lies hidden behind the noise. It's not paranoia, it's precision. You've been given eyes to see what most people don't even know is there, a vision that cuts through the illusion. Because of this, you'll often feel out of place in spaces where everything is built on surface-level smiles and rehearsed behaviors. They'll call you too sensitive, too aware, but the truth is, powerful people fear what they can't label, and your ability to see beyond the facade is something they can't comprehend. Through masks, your ability to see beneath the surface intimidates those who hide behind them. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that are blind to your truth. Don't waste your energy trying to explain your vision to those who refuse to understand it. They can't see what you see because they weren't meant to carry what you carry. Move quietly, trust your instincts, and let them question your distance while you safeguard your peace. You were not given clarity to justify it to others, you were given it to lead. Number 9, stop. Action and charisma without integrity always crumble. The universe doesn't reward the loudest voices, it honors those who are obedient to their calling, those who stay true to their purpose even in silence. Life isn't about being the most talented, you were chosen because you were willing to quiet the noise and walk the path, even when it didn't make sense. Obedience is showing up when you're exhausted, staying silent when your ego craves revenge, and continuing to build even when no one sees. Stay obedient, stay focused, and let the world witness how favor will elevate you in ways that talent alone never could. Number 10, don't mistake silence for stagnation. The waiting season is where warriors are forged. It may feel like nothing is happening, but that's where your strength is being built, your patience refined, and your purpose sharpened. Keep trusting the process. Chosen one, just because things seem quiet doesn't mean nothing is happening. Don't be fooled, silence is not stagnation, it's strategy. The most powerful warriors are forged in isolation, not on stages, not under spotlights, but in the quiet. Those still moments in your life, where it feels like nothing is happening, are where some of your greatest breakthroughs are hidden. They lie beneath your discipline to wait, to listen, to not move until you are truly ready. It's in these quiet seasons where the real chosen ones are set apart. It's in the silence where your ego dies and your instincts grow sharper. The noise may try to distract you, but you'll realize that this stillness is where you are being prepared for the next level of your purpose. The noise fades, and your purpose grows clearer. Consider this, every storm requires calm before it strikes, and you, chosen one, are that storm in the making. So, don't resent the silence or mistake it for stagnation. Your rise will seem unfair to those watching because favor doesn't follow any formulas. It doesn't wait in line, ask for permission, or conform to expectations. To those still adhering to the logic and rules of statistics, it will never make sense. You're not meant to experience life the way they do. You're here to disrupt cycles, challenge the skeptics, and rise in ways that defy conventional explanations, unbound by credentials or connections. That's why your journey is so unique. People whisper when you win, and they stare when doors open for you, having witnessed your struggles, your tears in the dark. But now, when they see the results, they're upset it didn't happen for them. That's because it was never meant for them. Favor isn't fair, and that's exactly as it should be. So stop waiting for fairness to validate your success. You weren't chosen to make sense of it all, you were chosen to make history. Number 12, don't underestimate the shift. Your breakthrough will come suddenly, so stay prepared or get left behind. Chosen one, something is happening, can you feel it? The atmosphere is shifting. You've shed too many tears, endured too many betrayals, and come too far to turn back now. You've endured too much pain to get here and give up now because you weren't paying attention. You weren't overlooked, you were hidden. Now, the curtain is lifting. But remember, the universe doesn't bless passivity, it honors preparation. This shift that's coming is not going to be subtle or soft. It's going to elevate people so quickly that those who doubted you will blink, and by the time they realize it, you'll already be gone. So, get your mind right, sharpen your spirit, and clean your space, because you've always been marked for more. Everything you've endured wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to shape the version of you that's finally ready to rise. The shift is coming. Already in motion, now it's your move. If this message resonated with your spirit, don't scroll away. Like this video to anchor the energy, subscribe.